All right. Our first story today is called Zella, Zack, and Zodiac. And it was written by Bill Peet and illustrated by Bill Peet and published by Houghton Mifflin. So here we go. It was simply rotten luck that the little ostrich chick was born inside an eggshell that was just a bit too thick. By the time he pecked his way out into broad daylight, everyone had gone. There was not a single soul in sight. His mother had been frightened by a distant lion's roar and departed with two other chicks just the night before. Whatever is to become of me, the chick began to wonder, when all at once there came a rumble sounding just like thunder. It was the thundering of hoofbeats of an enormous zebra herd that came galloping past by the thousands a few yards from the bird. "Help, help, help! Somebody!" the poor chick frantically cried. "Please, somebody, help me! Won't somebody give me a ride?" But all of the zebras ignored him and kept on galloping past, until a young zebra named Zella took pity on him at last. "Oh, you poor little thing," exclaimed Zella. "Don't you have a mother, my dear? What on earth are you doing all by yourself out here?" "I'm brand new," replied the chick, "so how am I to know? I just hatched out of my egg about a half an hour ago." "In this hot sun," warned the zebra, "you've got no chance at all to survive. In another hour or two, you'll surely be roasted alive. So hop on my head, ostrich chick, then onto my back," said Zella. "We'll go find you an acacia tree. They're like a big umbrella." "Ooh, there's not only lovely shade," said Zella as they approached the tree. "You'll find a zillions of bugs to eat and live happily as can be. But hold it, I smell danger," she muttered, warily sniffing the air. "It's a big cat, a leopard. He's crouched on a tree limb way up there." Then in a twitch of a whisker before the cat could attack, Zella took off at a gallop with the chick clinging tight to her back. Once they were safely in the clear and the zebra caught her breath, she sighed a heavy sigh and said, "That cat nearly scared me to death." "I don't see why," the ostrich said. "He wasn't half your size. I liked his beautiful spots and his big, bright, yellow eyes." "Now look here, chick," snorted Zella, becoming grumpy and stern. "If you're so all-fired fearless, then you've got a lot to learn. You wouldn't last a minute if I dumped you on the ground. There are too many dangerous beasts prowling all around. There are lions and hyenas, and then, for heaven's sakes, roving packs of jackals and big, creepy, crawly snakes." "If I'm stuck with you," sighed Zella, "as your foster mother, I suppose that you should have a name of some kind or another. Zachary is an old zebra name. I just now picked it out. But I'd better call you just plain Zack in case I have to shout." "Call me what you like," the ostrich chick replied. "Zack is fine with me just as long as you let me ride." "Then Zack it is," cried Zella. "And now, my fearless bird, hang on tight while I turn on the speed to catch up with the herd." The only time Zack was left on the ground was when it came time to feed. Then the young ostrich raced through the weeds, darting about at top speed, snapping up snails and lizards and things ostriches like to eat, but never straying very far from his zebra mother's feet. "I've made up my mind," said Zack one day. "I'm going to stay on the ground. I feel very silly at my age to always be carried around." "You can do just as you like," snorted Zella. "Go out on your own if you must, but I'm afraid you'll feel even sillier if you get trampled into the dust." "I'll see you later," Zack called out as he took off at a fast trot. The foolhardy chick was going his way whether Zella liked it or not. After that, the zebra seldom saw her adopted ostrich son. He was always racing about in the yard, always on the run. And each time she caught a glimpse of Zack, it was a big surprise. It seemed to her that every few days he had almost doubled in size. Her little chick was getting big and grown up by leaps and bounds. He was growing taller and taller, and put on 200 pounds. Oh, look at that. And when Zack was nearly 9 feet tall and all his growing was through, he towered above the heads of the herd with a lofty bird's-eye view. And he often trotted right past Zella without even saying hello. But she supposed he couldn't see her since she was so far down below. Or it is possible, she wondered, that Zack can't even remember the horribly hot and miserable day a few years ago in September, when he was pitifully helpless chick crying out in despair, left all alone in the world and without a mother to care. Late one afternoon, as a herd stopped in a valley to graze, and the sun had slipped way behind a pinkish-purple haze, Zack came up to Zella to ask, "How are things with you? Are you getting along okay these days? And is there anything new?" "You may have guessed," said Zella. "I'm expecting pretty soon. That is why I resemble a big zebra-striped balloon. I'll name the new one Samantha if it should be a she, or he'll be called Zodiac if the colt should be a he." Zella's new zebra, as it turned out, was a gawky, long-legged male who seemed to be about perfect from the tip of his nose to his tail. But one look at Zodiac's feet and Zella was suddenly frantic. All 4 of the little colt's hooves were nothing less than gigantic. The new colt tottered about in an awkward attempt to trot, but just a few staggering steps was as far as he ever got. Then down went poor Zodiac, gigantic hoofs and all, to end up on the ground in one clumsy, headlong sprawl. Then as he struggled to regain to his feet, to Zella's great dismay, a lion rose up from the grass a very short distance away. "Now this is what I called luck," exclaimed the shaggy-maned beast. "To happen upon a young zebra, what a fanciful feast." Panicky Zella's first thought was to cut loose and kick the big cat, but she found she couldn't budge. She was too weak in the knees to do that. All she could do was shout, "Zodiac, Zodiac, Zodiac, watch out! There's a big lion, watch out! He's about to attack!" And then as the lion leapt from the grass to pounce upon his prey, all at once Zodiac took off and whoosh, went flying away. Zack had come to the rescue without a split second to spare. He had snatched the colt by the tail and jerked him high in the air. Then the brave and fearless ostrich took off and ran like a streak, with Zella close on his heel and Zodiac's tail in his beak. After the colt's close call with disaster, the ostrich made up his mind. Wherever Zella and Zodiac went, he'd always be close behind. And Zack was ever so watchful with his far-sighted ostrich eyes to make sure no lion or hyena could catch them by surprise. Saving little Zodiac was one close call after another, and a constant worry for his poor, jittery zebra mother. If the colt's tail wasn't quite handy when the lion ventured too near, Zack snatched him up by a hind leg or carried him off by an ear. "How can I ever repay you?" a grateful Zella asked one day. "However can I thank you enough? What can I ever say?" "Surely you must remember," the big ostrich winked and smiled. "Once upon a time I was your troublesome problem child. I wouldn't have lasted one day if it hadn't been for you. Saving little Zodiac is the least I can do, and I'll keep on looking after him as long as I have a beak, until he grows up to fit his feet and can gallop like a streak." The end. So Zella, Zack, and Zodiac by Bill Peet. Okay, our next story is called Zebra's Hiccups, and it's by David McKee. Zebra's Hiccups was published by Simon & Schuster. The animals loved to play. "Come and play, Zebra," they called. "We're having fun." "No, thank you. I'm busy," Zebra answered. He was a very serious and dignified zebra. One day, Zebra got the hiccups. "Oh my, how inconvenient," he said to himself. I will simply ignore them and go out for a walk. Perhaps they'll disappear. Hi there, Zebra, said Tiger. Good morning, said Zebra. Hiccups, said Tiger. I know just the cure. Hold your breath, close your eyes, and say the alphabet backwards. That is too silly to work, said Zebra. Yoo-hoo, Zebra, called Miss Pig. Come skating with me. Good morning, Miss said Zebra. Hiccups? Asked Miss Pig. I have just the thing. Put your head between your knees and drink a glass of water upside down. No, you, said Zebra. That is far too undignified for me. Zebra's got the hiccups, said Little Elephant. When I get the hiccups, I hop on one leg and say, toodaloo-doo-doo-doo, as long as I can. Me too, said Big Elephant. That would never do, said Zebra. Next, Zebra meant Crocodile. Shoot baskets with me, said Crocodile. No, thank you, said Zebra. Uh-oh, who has the hiccups, said Crocodile. Here's a surefire hickety cure. Stand on your head, hold this ball between your legs, and sing. Works every time. Not for this Zebra, said Zebra. Then something strange began to happen. The hiccuping began to move Zebra's stripes. The more he hiccuped, the more his stripes bumped together. Zebra never noticed. It was Mrs. Duck who told him. Is that you, Zebra? She asked. You do look strange. You mean sounds strange, said Zebra. It's the hiccups. I mean look strange. Look at yourself, said Mrs. Duck. Oh no, groaned Zebra. Look what has happened. My wonderful stripes look ridiculous. I should have tried those cures, thought Zebra. What was it Tiger suggested? I can't remember. He hurried back to find Tiger. At Tiger's house, Zebra took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and said, ZYXV, no, W, oh no, I mean ZYXWVUT, RS, no, SR. Tiger started to giggle. Zebra opened his eyes. This isn't working, he said. I'm off to see Miss Pig. It's not funny, you know. Well, I think it's very funny, said Tiger. Wait for me. Miss Pig gave Zebra a glass of water. Put your head between your knees and drink this upside down, she said. Zebra sat and drank, but it only made him cough and sputter and choke and hiccup. Absolutely hopeless and very messy, said Zebra with a little smile. Maybe Elephant's cure will work. I'll help you, Zebra, said Little Elephant. Hop on one leg and toodaloo as long as you can. Zebra went toodaloo, toodaloo, until the others were all laughing out loud. Zebra grinned. Totally useless. Come on, let's see if Crocodile's cure can help these hickety cups. First do a headstand, said Crocodile. Put the ball between your legs. Now sing. Zebra just started laughing. My cure doesn't work if you laugh, said Crocodile. I can't help it, said Zebra, falling over in a fit of giggles. Mrs. Duck came along to see what all the noise was about. He can't hiccup forever, she said. I know just what we should do. She whispered her plan to the others. Zebra was still laughing. Suddenly he was drenched with 6 buckets of cold water. Now that's not funny, he said. But there was not one hic. It worked, he's cured, cried Mrs. Duck excitedly. Hooray, shouted all the animals. Thank goodness my hiccups are gone, said Zebra. But I do feel strange without my stripes. Zebra shivered and sneezed a huge sneeze. That did the trick. It shook all of his stripes back into place. 2 cures in one, said Zebra. Thank you. Chew! Oh, you're catching a cold, said Tiger. I know a great cure. So do I, the others all shouted. And so do I, Zebra laughed. He waved goodbye to his new friends and hurried home to a steaming bath, some hot cocoa, and a nice warm bed. The end. So that was David McKee's Zebra's Hiccups. Okay, so now we're going to get our craft together. In your packet you should have this is your zebra. Does that look like a zebra? I don't know. That kind of looks like a head. Here's the ears. Here's the body. You should have an eyeball and some paint and a paintbrush. And also, you need to get some glue and some scissors from home. And you should have gotten some, you should have some black yarn in your kit. So what we're going to do, we want our zebra to look like this when we're finished. So we're going to start out by painting. We can paint some stripes on our zebra here. So be careful opening your paint. So we're going to start with this. So I'm going to paint before I cut it out. So I'm just going to paint some stripes here. And here's another stripe. And paint the whole body with stripes. Lots of painting, lots of stripes, huh? And then I'm going to paint up here. I'm going to paint his neck, and I'm going to go this way. And it's okay if you get out of the lines because you're going to cut that out anyway, right? So I'm going to give him a stripe like this and curve it around here. And then you know what? I think I'll paint a little nose here. And I think I'll give him, this is a happy zebra, so I'll give him a smile. Now we're going to let that dry. And then after it dries, through the magic of space travel, time travel, here we go. So I cut out my zebra, and here I've got 2 ears. Here's his body. Here's his head. So I'm going to glue that on here. I'm going to glue his head right here in the corner. There, can you see that? And we're going to glue his eye right here. And I'm going to put his ears. I'm going to put one on this side. And where does the other ear go? There it is. And I think I'll put one on this side over here. And then with your yarn, I'm going to give him a tail. So I'll put some glue right here and smush his tail right in there like that. Right in the glue. And I got glue on my finger, so it's sticking to me. And then I'm going to give him a mane too. So I'll put some glue right along the top of his neck and a little bit right up here on his head. And then we'll cut some little bits. Some little short bits like that. How about that? That's kind of fun. So we'll just give him a mane. Ooh, my fingers are sticky, so he's going to have a messy mane. But you can go like this all the way up to his ears. And then I think I'll give him a little bit of top knot here. So we'll give him some hair right up here. There. Now you can put on as much or as little as you want. This one's falling apart. But there. So now we have our zebra. And once all the glue dries, then we will have a puppet. You can put your fingers through here. Here's all of his legs. There, isn't that silly? So you can play, you can run through the jungle and the savannah, chasing ostriches. See you next time. Okay, send me pictures of your zebras and your all the work you're doing, and keep on reading. Okay, see you next time. Bye.